All right, so you want bigger rear delts. Well, watch this entire video because it's not about doing bent over flies. It's not about doing high rows. I've seen a lot of people recommend that. You know, real wide grip high rows where they're bent over or you're sitting doing cable high rows. That's too much lat engagement. That's too much trap engagement. It just doesn't work. Because what happens most of the time when I see people with underdeveloped rear delts, they're not a little underdeveloped, they're completely flat. And that's because they really can't engage that muscle at all. So I'm gonna show you a way to just isolate it, but still overload it at the same time. So let's get after it. I'm gonna start out with what I call rotations. Now it's a little bit of a W fly, you know, a little bit of PT movement, but for me, it connects with everybody I've used it on. I love it. You can start with it, you can burn it out, you can end with it, but all it is basically you're gonna have that 90-degree arm, you're gonna rotate that shoulder in and out, and the key here is keep that elbow tucked to your side, right? You're not trying to just open it up as much as humanly possible. What you're trying to do is just touch them together. You're gonna be using them both at the same time, but I'm gonna hold one just to explain it, and rotate it out as far as you can comfortably until you connect with that rear delt. Don't try to exaggerate it, throw it back, but really isolate that and rotate it back. And you'll see as you're doing it, that whole shoulder will fire, right? It'll start in the front, but you're gonna really get that contraction at the very back as you rotate it all the way around. All right, so the next move we're gonna do is a variation rear fly, but the nice part about these is we're taking out all the extra crap, right? So from here to here, there's a lot that can go wrong. You can bring in your traps, your lats, everything you can think of, rhomboids, you can really squeeze about everything but the rear delt. So what we're gonna do is cut that down to just 6 inches, arms locked out and just pulling right out to the side. The good thing about that is you can really overload the muscle. I'm using 30s, I could probably go as heavy as 60s, but I don't really wanna burn them out before I train them tomorrow. So again, arms locked out, and it's a nice shallow movement, and you're just pulsing into those rear posterior delts and just squeezing out the entire time. One variation I sometimes do is I'll start in a hammer position, and as I come out, I'll actually go up and back, because for me it connects really well with that rear delt. It follows the motion, the arc that I feel it should squeeze. Problem is not everybody can do that. I'd say about half the people watching this video can try that and it'll work effectively. The other half, it's gonna jump into their traps. It's gonna be too much tension pulling them forward. If they have too much, you know, build up in their anterior delts or too much overdevelopment in their traps, it's just gonna jump into there. So try it. If you like it, use it. If not, stick with the first one. All right, the last thing here is what I love because it's the one true way to really overload that rear delt. And what we're gonna do is basically you're gonna be bent over, back's nice and flat, athletic position, butt pushed out, and you're gonna grab the bar, and all you're gonna do is this little motion of squeezing the bar straight back. That's all it is. It's nothing exciting. It's gonna look weird to anybody who hasn't done it before. It doesn't seem like it's gonna work at all. But once you try it, I swear you're gonna be hooked because not only do you get a nice little squeeze, you feel the tension, even lighter weight blows it up. I mean, you'll get a ton of blood in there, but you can really overload the muscle. I think I have like 60, 70 here, whatever it may be. I can go up to 90. I can just start throwing that weight around. And it's amazing how much it connects to that rear delt because it's such a small movement. Your traps can't jump in because you're not going too high. Your lats really aren't gonna be pulled at all. There's nothing to it there. It'll really connect with the muscle, and I think you're gonna love it. All right, so do me a favor. When you try these exercises, make sure you leave a comment. Tell me what you thought of them. I think you're gonna love them. Every client I've used them on, they go from being, man, I don't really connect with my rear delts to, oh my God, they're so blown up. They look bigger than my front delts. I think that's what's gonna happen for you. So, if you haven't already, like, subscribe, do all that wonderful stuff. Get after it, get growing. I'll talk to you soon.